one of the main developments is that there's going to be an SDV candidates debate on June the 2nd. You would imagine that Labour would be chomping at the bit to have their candidate, Davy Russell, on that TV slot. They've decided not to take part, so it looks like it may just be a head-to-head between Reform and the SNP. It's a pretty dismal situation to be in, isn't it, John, when Labour have a candidate that they don't have enough confidence in him to put him on the TV.
Yeah, I mean, it's a disaster. It almost feels like that's them throwing the towel in. If you can't trust your candidate to go on TV and support his candidacy, then how can you possibly expect the people in the constituency to vote for him? I have noticed that on pretty much all of the promotional videos, Davy's been there with an ass or someone else, and it always seems to be the someone else that's doing the talking. I did notice today, the first time that he's kind of said anything of particular substance.
I was there. He did say something of substance.
And he's come out and says that he thinks that the winter fuel payment should be given back to everyone. Now, was he freelancing or not? Who knows?
And I said that he thought that the means test should be extended a little bit, but then Davy Russell just went in and said, just reinstate it all.
Brilliant. So did they mess that up, or was it planned? I suspect.
Candidate's license, I think.
Yeah. Everyone that I've spoken to within the Labour Party that's been knocking doors and campaigning for this by-election is pretty despondent, and they are, I think it's fair to say, alarmed at the number of people who are saying they're going to be voting Reform. If we needed more evidence of this rise of a new party in the UK, this is it.
Now, what are the optics of the STV debate? Labour getting empty chaired, and it's just Reform versus the SNP, giving Reform a massive shot in the arm a few days before polling day.
Well, I think Reform probably can't believe their luck here. It's just what an opportunity for them, I suppose, to go head to head with the party defending the seat, presenting themselves maybe justifiably now as the best bet, the best vote to stop the SNP taking the seat. The only thing I will say is I'm always a wee bit wary of how much we kind of put into these TV debates, how much they really move the needle, how much they really change people's minds. To me, the kind of people who are tuning in will have already decided how they're voting, and you'll have Reform voters tuning in to get very angry about the state of the country, and you'll get SNP voters tuning in to see how great they think their candidate is. But I mean, it doesn't look good for Labour at all.
That it doesn't move the needle. The only thing that might move the needle is not actually showing up for it.
As if you don't turn up, and all this stuff we've been discussing about Brexit deals, even though that's a reserved matter and this is the devolved election. It's all going to come too late for Labour, far too late in the day. I think I posed this question last week: can Reform win the seat?
It's a question that some of us on the media floor have been asking, and I've been speaking to politicians as well. I think Reform's main weakness is a lack of voter ID. I think they're chapping doors, not really knowing what people think, whereas Labour and the SNP have got much more detailed data. So that is a problem for them, but they are running a very organic, grassroots-led campaign. I think first place is probably out of bounds for them, but I would imagine that June the 5th is going to be their high point so far in Scottish politics.